Hi, welcome back. And if you don't know who I am, I'm JC, and we'll be working on Christmas vocabulary in context today. I have written 20 intermediate level sentences for you, but I have omitted one vocabulary item, and each vocabulary item has something to do with Christmas or winter. Are you ready? I'm going to show you number one. Answer: on Christmas Eve, the children hurried to bed early so Santa could visit their home later that night. Repeat. Now maybe you called Santa something else. Maybe you said Santa Claus. Maybe you said Saint Nicholas or Saint Nick, because these are all possible. Now let's look at number two. Now this might have been a little bit difficult. Here's the answer. Early the next morning, they found long, slender marks in the snow that looked like a sleigh had stopped outside the house. Repeat. And you remember what a sleigh is, right? Now let's look at number three. How was that? Here's the answer. A glowing red nose helped the lead reindeer guide Santa's sleigh through the snowy night. Repeat. And do you remember what that reindeer's name is? Hey? Now let's look at number four. Answer: each child hung a stocking on the fireplace, hoping it would be filled by Christmas morning. Repeat. Now, did you say sock or socks? Because usually that's what we put on our feet. A stocking is a bit longer, and that's why we always say a Christmas stocking. All right? Now let's look at number five. Answer: under the tree, she spotted a beautifully wrapped present with her name on it. Repeat. Now maybe you didn't say present, maybe you said gift. And that's fine too, because present and gift are synonyms. Okay, let's look at number six. And the answer: an evergreen wreath decorated with red ribbons was hung proudly on their front door. Repeat. Now remember, when you pronounce the word wreath, the W is silent. Okay, let's look at number seven. Answer: tiny silver bells rang each time someone opened the door to the living room. Repeat. Now let's look at number eight. And this is something I used to do when I was a kid. Answer: they left a glass of milk and a homemade cookie on a plate by the fireplace. Repeat. And of course, you know why people do that. It's for Santa Claus, because he gets hungry. Okay, let's look at number 9. Answer: the family gathered around the crackling fireplace while opening their gifts. Repeat. Do you know the word crackling? It's the sound that wood makes when it's burning. Crackling. Now let's look at number 10. Answer: smoke rose from the chimney as the house filled with festive music and laughter. Repeat. And remember, the chimney is the best way for Santa to get into someone's house. Now, if you don't have a chimney, okay, there are other ways, but that is his preference. Number 11. Answer: they carefully placed each shiny ornament on the branches of the tree. Repeat. Maybe you put something else. Maybe you put decoration, ball. Now let's look at number 12. Now this one might be a little bit more difficult because it's something that a lot of people do not use anymore on their Christmas trees. Answer: long strands of sparkling tinsel draped across the branches shimmered in the lights. Repeat. Now, when I was a kid, we did put tinsel on the tree, and you know, my neighbor Irene, she still does, and I think it just looks beautiful. There's something traditional about a Christmas tree with tinsel. Maybe you remember that too when you were a kid. It all depends on how old you are. Let me know if you saw or put tinsel on your tree when you were young. Number 13. Answer: everyone laughed when the couple found themselves standing under the mistletoe. Repeat. And I don't know if you know about the tradition of mistletoe. First of all, it's a type of green plant, and people hang it up usually in a doorway, and couples, if they get underneath the mistletoe, they have to kiss. That's right. Number 14. Answer: a group of neighbors went door to door to sing cheerful traditional Christmas carols for everyone. Repeat. Number 15. Answer, and this was not too easy. A perfect snowflake landed on her coat as she walked home during the light snowfall. Repeat. Now that person would have to be pretty quick in order to notice a snowflake because that probably would melt pretty quickly on your coat. Now let's look at number 16. Answer: the doorway was trimmed with boughs of glossy holly leaves to add a festive touch. Repeat. And as you probably know, holly is something we see a lot during the Christmas season. Number 17. Now this might have been a little bit difficult if you have no background in Christianity. So here's the answer. The children loved looking at the tiny figurines in the nativity scene displayed each year. Repeat. So the nativity scene is a scene where we see the baby Jesus, his mother Mary, and his father Joseph, and usually they're in a stable. Sometimes you even see some animals, an ox, a donkey, maybe you see a shepherd, you might even see the three kings, okay? So it all depends on the scene. Number 18. Answer, and maybe this was a little difficult too. She swagged a 20-foot evergreen garland along the staircase to make the house feel Christmassy. Repeat. Number 19. Answer. They decorated the tall evergreen tree in the living room with colorful lights and ribbons. Repeat. This reminds me of something I saw recently on the internet. It was a Christmas tree. It was a white Christmas tree, and the decorations that they had were crows, black crows. I couldn't believe it. Now, I wouldn't want one in my house. Maybe some people would. It's hard to say. To each his own, as we say. Now, number 20. Answer. At dusk, the soft glow of colored lights filled the entire yard with a magical atmosphere. Repeat. Very good. Now, if you want to go back and practice these sentences again with me, go right ahead. Another thing you could do is record your version. So look at the video again with the sentences and maybe record yourself on a cell phone if you're not already using your cell phone, or use some other recording device just for practice, and then listen to yourself to see how you sound. Before I close today, I'd like to remind you that if you have not subscribed to this channel, do so, and you will have access to all my activities, which are presented in different playlists on my channel. It'll make it easier for you to find whatever you're looking for. There are videos that are done on different themes. There are also grammar points that are done, vocabulary activities, mini stories, texts, pronunciation challenges, a good variety of activities that you could do. And I aim mostly for intermediate students. All right. If you're an advanced beginner, maybe you could try them too, and might be useful for you if it's not too hard. All right. Well, I'll say goodbye to you for today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.